Looking forward to talking about the forbidden black Jews of Ethiopia. And that's going to be the topic tonight. Going to talk about the black history of the Jewry, where they came from, how they spread around the world, and some of my own theories as well based on my research. And this is going to be a very educational video. I'm not going to go off on any emotional tangents or anything like that. I'm just going to give you guys the facts. And then you take those facts and you meditate on them and you run with them and you research them and do whatever you do with them. Spread that information around. Because, throughout my research, what I found was that a lot of people don't even know that black Jews exist. And so it's time to bring forward the information about the ancestry of the black Jews and how far back does it go? And how come they've been forbidden? How come they've been separated and cut off? So we're going to talk about that tonight. All right. It's going to be a great night. Looking forward to it. And I'm going to use a PowerPoint tonight. And the reason why I'm going to use a PowerPoint is not because I don't know my facts, is because I want to make sure that these platforms see my facts so they don't delete this video, because you can't delete truth. You see, the problem with a lot of people that start talking about these topics in Hollywood and in sports and in everything else, athletes, they don't know how to articulate themselves. And there's nothing against them. I love them. But the problem that they have when they run into these situations, music artists, you know who I'm talking about, they don't know how to articulate themselves, and they don't know how to come with the receipts. Well, I'm going to be their ambassador tonight because I'm coming with the receipts. And when I put the receipts down, nobody can take down what I've said. And I'm not going to be apologizing to anyone because I'm not going to insult anyone. I'm going to educate people. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to educate. All right. So that's what we're doing tonight. All right. So let's take a look at what we're talking about. Now, first and foremost, we're talking about black people. Black people have been on this planet for hundreds of thousands of years, if not millions. If you look into the history of this planet, you'll find that you'll dig up the bodies of black people everywhere on every single continent. Every single continent. When you go deep into the real ancient texts, I'm talking about super deep antiquity, you discover that black people were trading from Africa all the way as far as Mexico. We call it Mexico now, but back then it was Mesoamerica, right? Trading with the Mayans, even marrying with some of the Mayans, and then, establishing a whole other culture in that area. Those were the Teotihuacans. That's a whole other video I'm going to talk about, talking about the Olmecs. And then you look into Asia, Eurasia, Malaysia, Melanesia, China, Japan. I don't care where you go on this planet, you're going to find out we were there. And so it's pretty interesting. And yes, slavery did exist. Some people don't think slavery did exist. People were sold as slaves. There was a huge slave trade going on, for a very long time. However, not all of the people that were already in some of those lands were brought here via a boat. There were people here, people there, people in other places, people in the Caribbean, all over the place. So the concept in the mind that all black people originate in Africa and then were taken out of Africa on slave ships is a huge misconception. Okay, huge misconception. The most advanced civilization was in the land of Chem long before that area was called Egypt. Egypt is a new name. It's a brand new name. It just arrived here. The land of Chem, where we get chemistry and alchemy from, and chemetics, that comes from the land of Chem. And the original inhabitants of the land of Chem were the Dogon tribe. And the Dogons now, who are in Mali, Africa, they moved in, or they literally migrated up to Mali after a coup or takeover. An outside nation came in, saw that, hey, these Egyptians, man, these people are living over here, these Kemetic people are living over here with no no police, no military. They're loving life. They're in a golden age. Everything is beautiful. They're doing arts and crafts and singing and dancing and studying and researching the stars. And so somebody came and saw that, and the only weakness that we had was that we were at peace and one with nature and with each other, and they took us over. Egypt has been overthrown 7 times. So for the people that are always, saying, everybody Egypt is always black. Actually, Egypt was not always black. It was not. I'm gonna say that again. Egypt was not always black. Egypt was always not in the golden age. You have to understand that as well. There have been some brutal rulers come through the land of Chem, up through the land of Egypt, which is what it's called right now, up into our modern day. So the dynastic era had some real tyrants that ruled for periods of time, and it changed hands quite a few times along the way. But that's a whole other topic, a whole other podcast. But the point I'm making here is the original inhabitants of the land of Chem, pre-dynastic dynasty, pre-dynastic Egypt, were the Dogon tribe. All right, pretty interesting stuff.
By Compendium of the Emerald Tablets by Billy Carson.